Pact React is, it's essentially where we react to challenges and we do them. And if you're like, what are the challenges? Go ahead and watch the videos and then come back here and watch what the challenges are and how, you know, we react to them, how we feel about them, and were we successful or not.
And this video is going to be a little bit different because, as you noticed, we're doing a mukbang.
We're just eating and
We're just
chatting.
eating and chatting. Yeah, it's been a very long day. So we're going to be talking about our experiences with the challenges from the Love Potion video. So go check that out. So who wants to go first? Who did challenge number 1, 2, and 3?
So I only did 2 challenges, which was 1 and 3. So the first challenge was, do you fall short in some areas in the Love Potion? I said yes, and this was kind of hard to admit.
Yeah,
because like, you know, I feel like it's hard to say that you're not perfect all the time, but I said I fall short in compassion. Like, I've noticed that I think that sometimes everybody just understands me and can read my mind, but like that's not true. And like I'm just like, how did you not know? And it's just like it's really hard to kind of admit that like I didn't have compassion, which is true, you know.
Understanding that we are not perfect, compassion. Dang. So I did number 1 too, but if I'm gonna be like completely honest, like no lies or anything like that, I think I fall short on maybe like all of them sometimes. Like it depends on the situation, but like, okay, like for trust, both partners are considerate of each other. I feel like I will trust you unless you give me a reason to not to. And then once I know, see that's where it goes wrong. Once I know something, then I feel like my love potion starts to fall off.
It like crumbles, huh?
Because once I know something, it's like, okay, well, I can't really trust you. And then forgiveness, oh my God, I am the worst at forgiving people because I always like, I'll say like, oh, I forgive you, but then like months later, and I'm like, well, remember when? And it's like, I thought I forgave you about that. And it's like, that one's hard for me too. Hope, that's one that I'm struggling with right now. Like now with relationships, I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm not even gonna hope for a future. Like if we're meant to be or if we work out, we'll, you know. But like I'm not gonna plan marriage. I'm not gonna plan to have kids with this person. Like I'm just gonna, you know, which I think kind of sucks. But like, yeah. And then yeah, same thing about compassion. So honestly, all of the above. Yeah. Well, as soon as like I looked into what the challenges were, because I wasn't here for the last video, so I looked for the video. It made me so interested, and I was like, I want to do this right away because I always like checking in with myself and within my relationship, and especially if I have the right tools to do that. So I think like I'm pretty strong in most, well, like me and my partner are pretty strong in these ingredients, but there are definitely some stuff that we need to work on. So probably like compassion is probably our weakest area, like understanding that we're not perfect, you know, and I need to be able to also forgive myself for not being perfect, and that we make mistakes. So I think that's important. And I feel bad like when it comes back to myself, like, which is like the next challenge, like how can you apply it to yourself? Like that's a whole completely different thing because like I fall short in all of these categories when it comes to me. But like when I'm with my partner, I don't want to say we're codependent, but you know, we're a whole.
That's so true. Okay, I was just gonna jump on. So for challenge 2, I didn't write it down, but I do agree with Sam. Like I feel like I fall short all of them, but the most that I fall short on is forgiveness about myself. Because like when I admitted in challenge 1, like I don't have compassion, I just like felt bad. So I was like, no, I need to forgive myself and learn from that. Like, how am I gonna change, you know? Or like I can't be harsh on myself like that either because I'm not perfect. So I need to forgive myself and admit that like I'm not perfect and it's okay. So
Yeah, I can definitely relate. And honestly, I think it's because, I don't know, maybe just like I'm going through it right now, so like it's really hard. Cause like usually if I'm in a good place, like I think that I have all of these, like all of the ingredients of the love potion, like I can definitely have. But like so much has been going on lately that I kind of like lost myself. So I think that's where it comes from. Like because I don't have the ingredients for myself, then it's really hard to put them into another person.
So then my question is to you guys, do you think that if we fall short of any of these ingredients, do you think we should still be in a relationship?
I feel like it depends which one.
I'm assuming.
that's true. But then like it's kind of like I feel like yeah. But if you're willing to still grow within yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I have mixed feelings about it because, like, okay, for like integrity, intention to do the right thing when no one is watching. So if you're gonna do the complete opposite, like, what makes you think you can be in a relationship? Like, if you're out here acting like you're single but you're in a relationship, like that's no. And then trust, that one's really hard because I recently went through that, and it's like if my partner doesn't trust me and is out here thinking that I'm doing all these other things and I'm not, that puts such a stress on you. And it's like a relationship isn't supposed to be stressful. Like you're with this person because they're supposed to make you happy, not because they're like, you know. So I think it just depends.
I think you're right. I think it just depends like who you're with. Like if both of you are willing to go through the love potion and like reevaluate together and honestly like learn from it and like learn from one another and go from there, then I think you guys will be okay. And like, you know, I think it's okay if you fall short in one of them as long as you both forgive it. Like as long as you have the other ones and willing to retry that one or as many as you fall short on with yourself and with your partner, if that makes sense.
As long as like it doesn't go in a toxic direction, you know, because like if you know, like you're kind of saying like you don't trust yourself, you can't trust your partner, and it's just like, well, why are you here in the first place, you know? And you're wasting everybody else's time, including your own. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But even these ingredients can be applied to friendships.
That's true.
Because it's a hard truth, you know, like knowing that friendships fall out.
I like how we're already thinking about one
I
person.
know.
Like, damn.
You know, you're thinking about someone
Yeah.
like that long pause.
That long
you're like,
pause.
well,
Yeah.
but you know that's a part of growing up, and like everyone starts believing in things differently. You start trusting them less. You have less compassion for them and everything. But
I thought of that person and that thing that I fall short with, like, with them. Does that make sense? As I was quiet.
yeah.
It's like I've been there and it was hard, but like you just both grow apart, you know. And like it could be with relationships, it could be with anybody, like any type of relationship.
We have a hard time leaving those friendships because we know them so well and it's what we're used to, and it's like too much of a risk to just walk away from that friendship. But it all comes back to recognizing our self-worth. Are we being respectful of ourselves by allowing someone who disrespects you into your life like that? And again, just like wasting your time. So if your love potion is weak, look at what you're willing to do about it to improve it, to strengthen it.
Okay, so I know I fall short in compassion with the majority of my relationships because I think like they understand me and they can read my mind. but what I'm willing to do is just admit it. But like, admit to my partner, admit to whoever I'm in my relationship with, like let them know, hey, I thought you would just understand me. And then obviously it's like on them, like how they react. So like my partner, he like laughs and he's like, how am I supposed to know that? And I'm like, you know, he's right. So then
Kids are supposed to read my mind.
Exactly. I'm just like, how did you not know? But like really though, he like laughs and I'm like, yeah, that's funny because like how am I supposed to read his mind or how is he supposed to read my mind?
Yeah.
So I need to just admit it and let my partner know, and then like, you know, ask them how they feel, you know, when I lack compassion, because then I step into their shoes.
I feel like for me, I'm like a toxic chick or whatever. But like I feel like what I do a lot is it relates to the whole compassion thing where if I make a mistake, it's like I want you to forgive me, but then if you make a mistake, it's so hard for me to be like, or like, you know, like it's hard for me to see, and that's really bad because it's very selfish. And I realize that that's not okay at all, especially like regardless if it's a relationship, friendship, like anything, like it needs to go both ways, not just like, oh, just because you messed up, you know, like you're sorry, okay. So, I'm just like adding on, because I said I have a lot to work on, is like trust, because trust is associated with honesty. And I feel like a lot of times, or at least I'm gonna speak for myself, I'm not entirely honest with the other person because it's like I'm trying to protect their feelings, but it's like at the end of the day, like if you want somebody to trust you, like regardless of the truth, if it's gonna hurt them or not, you just need to be honest. Because I think that's very key in a relationship. So don't be selfish is what I'm saying.
Well, that wraps it up for this video for Pact Reacts. Thank you guys for watching this video. Go check out Michelle's video on our main YouTube channel. If you have anything else on.
Go ahead and watch that video, then come back here and watch our next reaction, Pact Reacts. So,
and also do the challenges. Like we're doing them, but we also want to hear from you guys on how you guys handled them, or if you guys were able to, if you guys were not able to do them. So you guys can always comment below or find us on social media. Yeah,
DM us on Instagram, comment on our TikTok.
TikTok. Go to our TikTok.
And our next challenge is going to be the love language challenge. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Prepare, be ready, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.